much unscathed. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Strings it all together. Taking stock. Grabs them. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Jump intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out. Nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Rushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive recharges. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. A quick breather. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the meets them air to air. Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? What a finish! Player 2 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Big counter. Picks the drive reversal. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Shows the overhead. Throws them to start the corner press. Hold your breath. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely to KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Can't tech the throw? Player 1 has the life advantage. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Springs forward with a drive rush. What'll happen here? Drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Crowns them from above. Going in? Just goes for it at this range. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. The cross-up connects. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. All right. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Strings it all together. Very solid corner switch. Player 2 chases him down. Life lead open and a super nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Follow-up hit! Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Super clutch corner switch. There she goes. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Big opportunity now in this corner. A drive impact got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Checks with a medium kick. Showing some real tenacity. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Drive rush to keep it going. A real test of nerve. A clean KO. Nice meter awareness.
Sit down and shut up!
What a finish!
Yeah!
This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Here comes the corner pressure, and whip! They're wide open! Still scrapping for control of the space. Player 2 has the Scrozum. Okay, here we go. Oh, reversal!
Do we see a drive impact here?
Back to draw super hard incoming. Oh,
Getting it all on the drive rush.
does he land? What a finish! Player 1 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Very.
An electrifying dash.
Checks that jump in easily. Now they can go on the offensive. Anticipates the open. Down to the wire. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. What's the play here? The jump in is denied. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Drive reversals blocked. Throws them to negate the block. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset. Springs forward with the drive rush. Grabs them. A drive impact. Burnout activates. Player 2, this is a huge chance to make a pure KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Smart play to stop the opponent there. Jumps up.
An electrifying
Drive rush to keep it going. That's some extra damage. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Knockdown and player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Oh, burnout triggered. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
hold still.
Hold your breath in there. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Gets back with a well-placed drive reversal. Trips him up. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Big counter. Opts for the throw. Knockdown. Limited resources at hand right now. Knockdown takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 chases them down. What'll happen here? Life gets them. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to create some distance to start. Medium kick hits. Sticks the combo. Smart play with the throw. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Grabs and throws them away. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Going in. There she goes. It's a good spot to use the super. Both fighters planning something? Wow, sat and waited for this opening. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 1 made all the...
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Gotta do this. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Good parry there and... denies the attack and... the throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Tries to throw but doesn't connect. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Big counter. Sticks the combo. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Fantastic reaction there. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Decides to springs forward with the drive rush. They need to rely on their instincts here. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball here. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. KO! Player 1 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Fires off a Nightshade Pulse. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Still very early in the round. Flushes that off and keeps going. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 has an empty drive feed. This is a very precarious situation. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Breaks the block with a throw. Perfect parry. How will they follow up? Big throws. Will we springs forward with the drive rush. The Dragon Blast Super hits home. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. This is a critical moment. Player 2, huge chance after that wall slap. Player 2 with the rhythm, owning that space. Gets him with a Euro step. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Burns out. Player 2, what a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Jumps up, picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Hits him with a stop and pop. We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Amazing forward rush. Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. What are they gonna do? Reads the jump in perfectly. With super arts into play, it's really impact. Squash. Dragon Blast. Back to the court. Are we gonna play? Setting it all on the drive rush. What now? Drive rush. Throws. Noticeable life lead. Closes in. A jump in is rejected. That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, top that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Utilizes the parry here to try and establish the pace. That drive impact is blocked. Checks him with the projectile. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Gets back with a well-placed drive reversal. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Trips him up. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Grabs him. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Sticks the jump in. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Still slugging it out at this range. They are really going at each other. Drive rush to keep it going. That's not gonna hit. Will we see a drive hit? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. That was a huge, huge stun. What a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? That drive impact doesn't get through. Goes for the fireball. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? What's the play here? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. They're being absolutely relentless with Getsu. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Closes the gap. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 can't use any drop springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2, burnout activates. Triggers Toxic Blossom to stack the drive rush to keep it going. Pops him with a shorty.
I'm getting it all on the drive rush.
Hit a super art.
Quick dash.
Medium kick hits. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on them. The drive impact doesn't work. Both fighters are raring to go. The match just started. It's anyone's game. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Impact counter! Oh, that's so sick! Nails it! They push their way out of the corner. Forward rush. Connects with the throw.
Close that off.
Player 2. Oh, that throw gets some juicy damage. This is gonna hurt.
Putting it all on the line.
Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it.
My magnum opus.
Does not leave anything to chance with that super finish. Player 2.
Kimberly.
Give me that drama. Give me that grime. Are y'all ready? In fight night time. All right, first round. What's going to happen? What's the play here? Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Knockdown. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Not shy with the grab. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Takes a trip. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff.
Round 2.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sticks the jump in. Sticks the combo. Holds out with the block. Jumps in. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they springs forward with the drive rush. Genius read. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Will we see a drive in? There's a change of sides. Watching each other carefully. Drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters planning something? Reversal! Escapes with the reversal! Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. Drive rush! Player 2 will look in with the cross.
Turning it right up with the super. Mission complete. Hit.
Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Big gauge difference here, and both fighters are almost done.
Getting it all on the drive rush.
What are they gonna... Perfect execution. That was the highest if I've ever seen one.
Viper.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1. Fight.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Uses the pair. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? What are they thinking here? Lots of aggression from both sides. Misfire with the drive impact. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. The low heavy hit. Big counter. goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Had the radar up and running. Heading into the end game now. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Stop the attack by using the drive kick. The fighters continue to check drive rush to keep it going. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Fires off a knife, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner kick. Both fighters planning something?
Hits the aerial kick.
Risky up-close slap forward rush. Oh my, the throw tech. Super clutch corner kick. Oh my god, they just choked it up.
Perfect parry.
Slight lead is there, but still anyone's game. Drive rush to keep it going. Both.
Oh, putting the cherry on top. Mission complete.
Looks like, no way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned.
Final round.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Nightshade Pulse barely blocks the jump in. Solid anti-air. The low. Risky up. Excellent read. A jump in. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Here, the overhead denied. Players blocks the drive reversal. Reads the jump in perfectly. A jump. Nightshade Pulse. What now? Gets the side flip. Notice the Buddha Super Art do anything? Closes it out.
Woo! I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell it what's good.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Opts for the throw. Player 2 has the life lead. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. The super armor does its job. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Heading into the end game now. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Shoots off a fireball up close. Reacts to the throw. There she goes. Player 2 can build off this lead. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Big throw. Knockdown and their life is hanging by a thread. KO. Player 2 is the last fighter standing.
Round 1. Fight.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Staves off the crossover. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Both fighters are low on drive. They'll want to tread carefully for this part of the fight. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Drive rush to keep it going. Will we? What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there.
Round 2.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Sticks the combo. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until they're experiencing burnout.
It's a good spot to use the super. Viper goes all in on hard luck rejection. Like my boy always says, You're about to see a profession now! Go to work!
KO! Player 2...
Challenging you.
Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready?
It's fight night time!
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Jump in, finds the mark. Throws him down. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Time to do some KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now?
It's a fake!
That combo did decent damage. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They've got the meter for experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Hits him with a stopping block. Looking to impress with this super. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Taking no prisoners. Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
Round 1. Fight.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Player 2 chases them down. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Goes for the throw. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Got their eye on the air. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Adds on a bit of, adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Knockdown. Player 1 turned this right around with that super.
It's a fake!
That combo did decent damage. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Barely blocks the jump in. Picks the drive reversal. Heats it up with a combo into super.
Viper goes all in on hard left rejection. Like my boy always says, you're about to see a profession now. Go to work.
Now, can they finish the job? Even fishing to get meter is risky in this game and may affect how they approach the neutral. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Player 2 hits them with a stopping block.
It's a fake.
Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 will look to apply the flawless round. They got him so quick. Player 2 took no time. It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Checks them with the projectile down to the wire. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Sticks the combo. Life lead opens up. Player gets him. Player 1 takes up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fire. He decides to go fancy on that jump in and takes care of it with a perfect parry. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
My magnum opus! To that sting!
Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can an experiencing burnout? A quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with our fireball. We have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to turn this around. Pressuring with cool.
Just go for it at this range.
Okay, here we go. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Pumps the brakes on the impact. Reversal.
Betting it all on the drive rush. Could we see a drive impact here?
How did they anticipate that jump in? Player 1 brings it home.
Round 1. Fight.
Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Good anti-air. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Plenty of life left in both fighters, but a big difference in drive. How can they use this to their advantage? Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Trips him up. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Knockdown. The jump-in is denied. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fire. Very slick with the combo.
Were they baiting them into that?
Nightshade Pulse springs forward with a drive rush. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Not much life difference. Full SA meters on decks for both sides. This could be over soon. Overhead, but it won't work. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this rate. Meets them air to air. Sneaks in the throw. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Uses a drive parry against the attack. They were ready for the air attack. Checks with a projectile. What are they thinking here? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Hold your breath. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. From up above. Knockdown. Got their eye on the air. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. They don't need to go for anything big. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They exchange blows. Beats it up with a combo into super. Will that super be the turning point? Drive rush to keep it going. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Smart play with the throw. Zones with the fireball. The throw missed. Looking for a chance. Nightshade springs forward with the drive rush. They've got the meter for a drive impact.
Aerial burning, betting it all on the drive rush.
Both sides, forward rush. Who's gonna take it? A fireball at that range? Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can...
Round 1. Fight.
We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their hit them with a stopping bomb? There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Knockdown. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Throws him down. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Blocks the jump in. Trips him up. Picks the drive reversal. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Reads them. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? The pressure is so intense here.
Opts for the throw to close it out.
Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Nightshade Pulse comes out to play. The overhead connects. Blocks the impact.
Follow-up hit. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Looking for a chance. They've got the meter for a drive impact.
Burnout activates. Player two in dire straits with
Anti-air in the front.
reversal. Solid anti-air. Jumps and drops him hard. Crowns him from above. Impact squash. Drops them. Burnout dissipates.
Keeps him out.
Cool your jets.
Doesn't set the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Jump.
Perfect execution with the anti-air.
With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Okay, here.
Getting it all on the drive rush.
Drive rush.
That corner is starting to look scary. Nothing stops this train. Putting it all out the line. Beats them down with a super. Now that's how you take a round.
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this.
Round one. Fight.
Opens with the fireball.
Zones with the fireball.
Spins.
Springs forward with the drive rush. Surprises them with a drive rush. The cross-up connects. A solid combo. Player one is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Hold your breath. Beautiful setup with that attack. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Throws them to negate the block. Checks them with a project. Springs forward with a drive rush. Fires off a drive rush to keep it going. Looks to drop him to earth. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Blocks the cross-up. Good read. Player one blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Jump.
Just go for it at this range.
What'll happen here? There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Burnout activates. Player one needs to use the threat of the... Ooh, what a smart throw. Amazing. Impact squash.
Is that with confidence?
That combo finishes it.
Here comes a new challenger.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Redeem you on the scene. Let's rock.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Absorbs the attack and fires back. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. All right. The jump in is denied. From up above. Throws him. What's next? Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Takes a trip. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive beats. Taking stock. Ends with a projectile. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Solid blocking. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Brushes that off and keeps going.
Cool game. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. What'll happen here?
Dashes up. They trade hits. There's a change of sides. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Drops it hard. Draw critical. What's gonna happen? Gets the critical up. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they're gonna think of a follow-up. What now? Player 2 has, oh my, the throw tech. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it.
Goes out of sight. They both decide to ease the tension and back off. One step ahead of them.
Only a little bit of drive and luck doesn't set the throw.
That was catch as catch can, as you're gonna get in a fight.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that comeback. Cross up.
Vagabond and sends them flying.
Got their eye on the air. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Good anti-air. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Not shy with the grab. Throws out a projectile. Slides and goes for the leg. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Close uses the gauge for a super arc.
Ooh, Bushin Scramble's gonna leave them hurt.
Going in, ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Checking their reaction to the fireball. Jumps in.
Aerial burning.
Brushes that off and keeps going. Jumps.
Overhead net to bust out the parry.
Player 2 has the meter lead. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. What'll happen here? That's some extra damage. They just won't stop switching sides. Hits them with a stopping bomb.
Right here.
Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Both life and super.
Perfect execution with the anti-air.
Knockdown and what a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Twirls them from above. Jumps it. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Throws them. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Goes to the air. Player 1, oh my, the throw tech. They both have full drop.
Protect your neck. Arc step. That's gonna leave them rattled.
Okay, here we go.
Can they use their drive to stage a comeback?
Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Pokes with a kick. Oh, they switch sides. No!
You need guts to pull that off.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Changing up the beat with the hidden variable. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. The jump in is denied. Pushes back with the drive reversal. They really don't want to be in the corner. Shows the overhead. Leaves them. Takes a trip. Goes for the drive rush there. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. The low doesn't connect. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. This is the perfect range to reach out checks that jump in easily. Now they can go on the offensive. Player 1 chases KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Hits them with a stop and pop. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Ghoul gain control of the match in the early going. Still very early in the round. Misses the drive impact. Vagabond and sends them flying. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Gulp springs forward with the drive rush. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Overhead neck puncher. Barely blocks the jump in. Rushes that off and keeps going. A drive impact. It's a good spot to use the super. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here. Player 1 needs to use their SA gauge to chisel them down. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Into the air with the hyper. The last round. That's gonna leave him rattled. Jumps. Back into the corner. Let's set up. No! This'll break him. Player 1 with the rhythm owning it. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Protect your neck. And whips. They're wide open. That combo finishes it. Player 1 is a...
Challenging you.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Throws him down. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. It's back with a well-placed drive reversal. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Knockdown. Goes for the throw. Who's it gonna be? Player 1 chases them down. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? The air throw is smart, but out of reach. Absorbs. This is gonna be bad news. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Tries to catch him out with the arc step. Knockdown and player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Smart play with the throw. There's a change of stop. Just goes for it at this range. Comes crashing down on them with some Bushin beat. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. A quick breather. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Poke more. Fuel for the fire. Cook them up. Player 2 connects with the throw. Player 2 tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Arc step. Ghoul set the bait at this range. Goes out of sight. Gets him with a Euro step. Closes it out. Player 1 faced the giant and walked away unscathed. What a win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps up. Lays down a seismic hammer. Picture perfect punish counter. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Trying to figure out who will make the first move here. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 chases them down.
Cool your jets.
Goes for the super art? Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Torso cleaver dices him. Hits them with a stop and pop. There she goes. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Going in, grabs and throws him away. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. There's a change of sides. Both fighters planning something? Takes in the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Opts to create space to start. Blocks it. Jumps up, slides and goes for the leg. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they reversal. Throws a projectile to zone B. Goes out of sight. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Tricky hidden variable. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. Saves them from above with the Bushin Beast. Cooks up some hot and spicy damage with the Bushin Beast. Burns out. Impact. Squash. What? Anti-air. They can't make any mistakes here if they want any chance of winning. What's next? Are you kidding me? Player one made all the right moves.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. All right, first round. What's going to happen? The drive impact nets them a sweet punishment. Deal some damage with that quick combo. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Player two is in burnout. Drives off the table. Holds out with the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Was looking for that jump attack. The jump in is denied. Knockdown. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player one can't use any more drive without burning out. Drive rush to keep it going. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Burnout wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Slides and goes for the leg. Player one chases them down. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. Good instinct. Uses the gauge for a super art. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Big super art kid brushes that off and keeps going. A drive impact should end it all. Looking to impress with this super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
My magnum opens! Did that sting?
It springs forward with the drive rush. Big throw. Drive rush to keep it going. That's gonna leave him rattled. Oh, here we go. Finds the target. The next touch may decide this round. Amaze overhead. Like there's a burnout. Closes it out. That was catch as catch can as you're gonna get in the fight. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Tries to catch him out with the arc stick. Takes the chance to hurt him. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? Player two chases them down. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Sticks the jump in. They've got the meter for a drive impact. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Hidden variable? Tries to catch him out with the arc stick. KO! Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The impact doesn't do anything. The jump in is denied. Feeling out the spacing. things are slow going right now. So we Nate springs forward with the drive rush. Drive rush to keep it going. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it. Hits them with a stop and pop. Gets the combo. Tries to catch him out with the arch step. What'll happen here? Player one goes to the air. Tricky hidden variable. Vagabond and sends them flying. Super Art to show them what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Going binomial theorem with a Bushin scramble. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Anti-air in the clutch. Who'll set the bait at this range? Go flatline zone. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Good anti-air. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Well-timed command throw there. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. Impacts a no-go. Okay, they trade hits.
Aerial burning kick.
Taking stock. Sticks the jump in. Vagabond and experiencing burnout. Uses the gauge for a super art. Going binomial theorem with a Bushin scramble. Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. Player one with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Immediate jump in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Connects with medium kick. Still slugging it out at this range. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Medium kick. Tries to catch him. No! This'll break him! Oh my god, they just chumped it up! KO! Player one made all the right moves in that fight. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Player one chases them down. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Player one has them legit shook in the corner. Very solid corner switch. Was looking for that jump attack. Hold your breath. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. What a finish. Great read on the life gauge there. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Shoots off a fireball up close. Uses the parry.
Hits the aerial.
Springs forward with the drive rush. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Tries to catch him out with the arch step. Going in. Manages to block the jump in attack. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Hits them with a stop and pop. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with the check on Super Art.
When a decoupler hits, it's high jump buffet time.
Player one, oh, burnout triggered. A real test of nerves here. Flatline zone. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round. It's now or never. Drive rush to keep it going. Connects with the throw. That feeling out kick overhead. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
Backs off! Forward rush! Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge.
Amazing!
Player goes out of them. Ooh, you never know what can... No! This will break him! Crowns, what a finish! Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.